Hey everybody, here's another Geek Tips video. I thought I would share this. This part was programmed out of Toolpath, which is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. And when it comes down to this 3D Toolpath, Toolpath for now, I'm sure we'll improve it moving at some point in the future. But for now, we pick a 3D scallop toolpath for any of the 3D surfacing. That was a decision, to be honest, that I made. Scallop is a great toolpath as a general do almost anything kind of toolpath. And then I felt like the most time-consuming part of a 3D toolpath is making the chain selections, getting all your containments dialed in. So what this video is for is to show people how easy it is to then do a derived operation. So this is a totally valid toolpath for this. I guess it would be two surfaces, right? It's this surface and this surface. If you're in a super rush and want to just crank it out, that's totally good. But if you want a little nicer toolpath that's not going to have, you will see these linking moves. You'll probably see some little turn, toolpaths where it witnesses the turns and stuff like that. This actually a parallel toolpath that's aligned to like this direction would be a really good option here. So I just wanted to show you how easy it is to do a derived 3D operation, and it actually works with any operation. So what derived does is you right-click on the toolpath, you create a derived operation, and anything that could be relevant pops up. So we're going to do a parallel. And then what it does is anything that is anything that it can reuse, it'll reuse. So in this case, the tool, it uses the tool, the geometry selections, all the containment options, the heights, the passes tab. Some of this might be a little different, but it'll pull over like step over and whatnot. And in our case, well, if I just hit OK, you can see how easy that was. Just pick a different toolpath, hit OK. Actually, Toolpath does not do a good job with these kind of different surfaces from like steep to shallow to steep again. Because it's a projection toolpath. I believe I made a Geek Tips video on this, but what we want to do is force it to go up this direction. So we're going to right click on this. I would have done this the first time around, but then we're done. So you can see it's very few mouse clicks to move on to this toolpath. What I like to do is if I have some very specific geometry, I might make a handful of different toolpaths. So maybe I'll use steep and shallow. Maybe I'll use steep and shallow, do shallow only, switch this to parallel, maybe fixed direction to here. I bet you the steep and shallow would have fixed that direction by itself, but yeah, it's just a very similar toolpath. I'd have to get in and micromanage some of this stuff. Maybe I want to turn on points, and so just get a kind of a peak between this. This is the better one. I would delete this and move on. I would delete this and move on. So just wanted to show how easy derived was. So I hope that's helpful for everybody. Cheers.